What is the most peaceful place on earth? According to the interweb and CBS News, not that we trust them, the most peaceful place on earth is actually, you know what? Actually, let me give you the 5 most peaceful places on earth. In at number 5, we have Austria. Well, isn't that somewhat ironic? I've never said to myself, man, I'm dying to go to Austria. At number 4, we have New Zealand. I heard that there were only cows and grass there. I thought I had to go there once, wasn't excited about it. Now I may have to go. At number 3, we have Ireland. Well, Ireland did give us Celtic music and St. Patrick, so 2 thumbs up. The second most peaceful place on earth is Denmark. They gave us the Lego brick. How can they be the most peaceful place? Many are the cries of an adult after stepping on them Lego blocks. And now they're peaceful? Thank you very much, Denmark. Aren't they famous for milk or something? Milk makes you peaceful? Warm milk, I guess. You won't believe what the most peaceful place on earth is. But before we get to that, number 1, let me explain why none of these places, including number 1, is the most peaceful place on earth. This may sound a little crazy, but when it comes together, it will make perfect sense. Imagine going to the beach and swimming as far out as possible. I remember trying this. I periodically stopped and looked back at the shore. As I drifted further and further away, the details of the shoreline blurred into minute obscurity. Eventually, I got the feeling of seclusion. Not only did I know that I was alone out there, I felt it. I took a deep breath and allowed myself to sink. I should probably explain why I was doing this. I remember, as a boy, seeing my dad swimming out as far as I could see. He went out so far that I would lose sight of him. I never knew why he did that, but I had no intention of trying it. I was not a strong swimmer. One night, during a sermon, my dad's a pastor, he explained why he swam out so deep. He explained that he swam to the clean, clear water and that he would allow himself to sink into the deep because that was the most peaceful place on earth. So here I was, attempting to go to the most peaceful place on earth. As I sank into the murky green depths, the sounds drowned in silence, and the world seemed to stand still. I just hovered there. And in that moment, I knew exactly what my dad was talking about. I felt so much peace until I heard dun dun. You know, the Jaws sound. What if there was a shark? There are no great whites in the Caribbean. But what if? My fears came in to disturb my peace. I looked down beyond my feet and observed as the rays of sunlight died as they dived into the darkness beneath me. That freaked me out. What's lurking there? I wasn't about to wait to find out. I didn't panic because bad man don't panic, but I did swim fast. As I researched the most peaceful places on earth, many travel bloggers suggested that you get international health insurance if you go there. So you mean sickness can go with you to the most peaceful place on earth? Well, duh. I can tell you that I have found the most peaceful place on earth. No, for real. No, it is not Austria, and it's not America, and not my sweet TNT. I wish it were, but it isn't. It isn't even the number 1 on the list. What is it? This is what I've found. Have you ever listened to a song and there's that one line you can listen to again and again? Like when I hear Michael Bolton singing, Sitting on the Dock of the Bay, you know that one line? I'm sitting here resting my bones, and this loneliness won't leave me alone. Yes, I'm a Michael Bolton fan. I'm not ashamed of it. That line moves me. It may not be a line in a song, but the one piece of a guitar solo. I like a particular part of the guitar solo in Hotel California. It does something. Or there may be a specific scene in a movie. There's a scene in Son of God. Not a fan of that movie, but the scene with John on the Isle of Patmos moved me to tears. So what do these things have to do with the most peaceful place on earth? All these things possess the ability to transport you. Not only do they ignite emotions, but if potent enough, they momentarily cause the world to cease, just like the murky depths. If only there were a way to capture that. Well, this is what God did with his word. Paul, in writing to the young man Timothy, in 2 Timothy 1:6, wherefore I put thee in remembrance that thou stir up the gift of God, which is in thee by the putting on of my hands. Timothy was growing weary and afraid because of the persecution of the church. Paul admonished him to remember the fate of his mother and grandmother. The original language suggests that he remember, rewind, and replay the things that had been given to him. The most peaceful place on earth is in the Word of God. Not just reading it, but diving deep into it. This is true peace. Whether you read it in Austria or Afghanistan, you will find peace. The number 1 place on the list of the most peaceful places on earth, according to CBS, is Iceland. It's a low-crime country with quiet surroundings. Oh, and don't forget the Northern Lights, and they have volcanoes and glaciers. Too cold for me. But for some, it's being promoted as peaceful for political reasons. How can that be peaceful? God calls us to be stewards of the mysteries of God. We can go into the Word And though things will come to lurk in the outer recesses of our consciousness, the peace of God surpasses all understanding. So you don't have to spend countless hours on a stuffy airplane along with thousands of dollars to go to some foreign land to find peace. You can find it anywhere with your God and His Word. Share this video with a friend who needs to go to the most peaceful place on earth. It may save their life. You never know. Now think about that.
I'm wading through this water, Lord, for better or for worse. In all my ways, I'm putting Jesus first. With love in every line, in every song, in every verse.